There's a lot of information floating around out there about what happened to Charlie Kirk. And from what I've seen, there is an ongoing debate over whether this is some sort of a professional hit or if this is just an act of extreme evilness from someone who hated Charlie Kirk. Now, when this all went down, when this first happened, I was thinking, man, this has to be something, a little more organized than just some random person who hated Charlie, who wanted him dead. The way that things played out, the way that they caught these two suspects in the crowd, almost as if it was like a distraction. It really felt like, hey, this could be professional. There could be more to this than just some, random crazy person who hates Charlie. But of course, today we got photos of the suspect. There was a press conference. I have the whole press conference and a reaction to it over on my main channel. Go subscribe over there if you haven't already. But in the press conference, they released this new video of the suspect after shooting Charlie. And you see him jump off the roof. And of course, we got the other videos of him walking in the neighborhood to and from the crime scene, getting caught on multiple Ring doorbell cameras, getting caught on various different cameras. And seeing the footage, it made me think, you know what? At first, I thought that this was professional, but maybe this is just some crazy person who hates Charlie. I mean, I think that part of us, we don't want to accept that people in America have become so radicalized and so filled with hatred that they would do something like this. I think part of us rather blame it on a foreign country or a different organization or our own government. And I'm not saying that they aren't involved. What I'm saying is I think part of us rather blame that. We rather place the blame there than to even fathom that, yeah, our fellow Americans hate us this much that they would do this. But looking at the footage, it doesn't really feel super professional. But hey, what do I know? I could be wrong. I don't know. We don't know. But I will say this, professional or not, this isn't something that just happened spur of the moment. This is not something that happened without planning. Okay? I don't believe that some guy saw that, oh, Charlie Kirk is at this school today. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try to take him out. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'll go climb on that roof and then I'll take him out from here. I don't think things went down like that. I think there was planning, some scoping out. And for the first time in this investigation, in this story, we're now learning that may be the case. We don't know for sure, but it's looking like that may be the case. And I think common sense should tell anyone that, yeah, whoever did this picked out that spot in advance. They had some planning. But a student from this school has now spoken out, and they have revealed that they saw someone on that same rooftop. Not once, but twice. In the weeks leading up to Charlie coming out to that school to debate the kids, when of course, well, we all saw the video, we know what happened. And I wish I didn't have to see that. But at the same time, I think it's important for us to open our eyes and to see some of this stuff. As horrifying as it is, it's reality. And it's a reality that we're living in, and it's a reality that we can no longer run from. But in the weeks leading up to Charlie coming out to that event, there was a person, according to a student at that school, seen on the roof not once, but twice. In fact, here's a little more information right here. A Utah Valley University student claims he saw a man on or near the roof of the same building where the suspect was in the 2 weeks leading up to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. The student is not certain if it was the same person from police released photos, but said the man looked familiar. That's an interesting choice of words. He described him as a tall, skinny white man with dark hair, wearing dark clothes and a backpack, just like the suspect. The man appeared to be looking down at the courtyard where Charlie Kirk's speaking event later took place. The student saw him on the roof 1 week before the shooting around noon. The student recalled a professor also noticing the man. The professor called out, "Hey man, are you doing all right?" But the man brushed him off. The student said he reported the sighting to the FBI tip line after the incident, but he has not heard back. At the time, he thought it was unusual, but he did not notify authorities before the incident. So this student, and not just a student, but a professor as well, saw someone up there on the rooftop. This student saw him twice in the weeks leading up to Charlie coming, thought it was weird, never told anyone. Never told anyone. So we could argue, or not even argue, we could debate over this or that. Is it professional? Is it this? What we do know, if this is the guy, it could be someone else, but I think it's the guy. I think he was up there in that spot, right in the same spot as the suspect, looking down on the courtyard. He was scoping out. He was planning. He was getting ready to do what he did well in advance. And I wish that someone would have said something. Maybe it could have prevented what happened to Charlie. But, in a moment like that, you can't really just... if you're a college student walking around, there's someone on the roof, you're not going to immediately think, oh, that guy's up there planning to kill someone in a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? But, damn, it's so crazy, but it gives us a better idea of what happened here, for sure. I mean, we really don't have much information. We saw what happened, but we don't have much information other than that. But I feel like this is almost a story where I don't think we really need to hear what the motive is. I think we can already pretty much, guess what the motive is here. We already saw what happened. We need the guy to get caught. And like I've said in past videos, I still think that there are people in the crowd that had knowledge that maybe something was going to happen. And we've seen social media posts hinting that something may happen to Charlie. And if this guy was on that campus in the weeks leading up to what happened to Charlie, standing on the rooftop and stuff like that, maybe this is a student. Or at the very least, this is someone who lives nearby. So I would think that maybe people at that school know the guy, even if he doesn't go to the school. Maybe he does go. But yeah, I do think that there are groups of far fringe weirdos, right? The weirdos that are celebrating Charlie's death, those type of people. I guarantee you there's quite a few of those type of people on campus. We saw them cheering in the moment that Charlie got killed. I think some of them may have known something. And I'm not saying that the sighting of this guy possibly on the roof is confirmation that people know something, But I think it's confirmation that at the very least he has ties to that area, and he might not be someone who just like, oh, I'm going to go drive across the country to find Charlie at this event. You know what I mean? So you got to take what you can get, in this type of a situation. So I'm going to keep monitoring this story. I'll let you guys know of any updates. But at the very least, I do think this is a big piece of information. And it lets us know that this is something that was well planned in advance. And that doesn't mean it's professional, but this also means that it's a little more than just, oh, Charlie's here today, let me go try to get Charlie. Yeah, there's a little more planning to this for sure. But you guys let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.